This is Gila Nehemia. You're tuned into Sacred Erotic Poetry, Sacred Sexuality, and Ascension podcast. I am your spiritual heart guide, writing empowerment coach, and divine feminine healer. I'm so excited to be here. It is July 24th, the full moon in Aquarius, so lots to share. Before we begin, let's take a deep breath. We'll take 3 deep breaths from our diaphragm straight up into our highest chakras. And we'll begin now at your own pace. We're calling in our guides, our angels, God, Source, Universe, our light teams, our ancestors, our spirit animals, our connection to nature, to Mother Gaia, the trees, Holy Father, Holy Mother, really just connecting back into our heart space and allowing any messages that need to come through today or any time during or after this full moon podcast to come to you, to connect back into your divine power and really connect into the infinite intelligence of the universe. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Oh, and so it is. So thank you, those of you who are listening to this podcast today. I'm so excited you're here. It really was. I know the days have changed. I normally would do it midweek, but it's now my weeks have been so busy that it's challenging to do it during the week. And I thank you for those of you that are continuing to follow me and new people who are coming in as well. As we change and shift, times change and shift. Yet the show must go on. So I felt called. Usually Saturday is my day of rest. Though today I felt like, yes, I'd like to do it now early morning while my children are asleep and the neighborhood is still quite quiet. It's like around 9, almost 9:30 my time. So yeah, today I really felt called to share one about the full moon in Aquarius, the collective feelings I'm getting at the moment, to share that, as well as continuing my talk on abundance or bliss consciousness. And really, I'd like to focus on inner union. So this is a moment, we'll just talk about the full moon for a few minutes. So this full moon in Aquarius, it's very watery. It is really a full release of anything that may be continuing to linger on as in forms of your limited thoughts and beliefs. You might be already experiencing your dreams coming true. And I've been hearing this and feeling this in my own life as well as with my clients and generally out and about, that what has been simmering for maybe years within is beginning to manifest, and there may be some still limiting beliefs of hiding, of not feeling sure, not having that sure footing of really stepping into your confidence. And I feel like this full moon is asking us to really believe in our divinity, to believe in an unlimited power source within us, to open up our solar plexus and open up that root chakra of safety, that we are safely rooted in Mother Earth and connected to Father Sky, to the infinite intelligence of all things, not just in the sky, but, of all things, into that energy. And I feel that is super powerful. And if you don't do any rituals, I really encourage you to write down your release statements and speak them out. And even if you have safely a place where you could burn them, that is very powerful. And to say thank you as you do that, as well as to write your intentions as what you want to create, because as you release, there's space for you to create. And I feel that full trust that that can actually happen comes from a balance within yourself, coming back into this inner union. When we are balancing our own energies, when we are acknowledging that this is how we're feeling and it's not true and we must release it, or ask to release it. And we know we can, with, co-creating with the universe. And as we step into the new, into this like totally untrodden path, really stepping into the foundations of the new earth, of our new dream. What is a new earth? To me, it's like our dreams, our mission to the planet, our connection to all there is. It's our new way of thinking, our belief that there can be peace all over the world, that everyone can have what they are desiring, and we could still live and coexist together in harmony. These ideals to me are something that has never ever been seen before in our history, and I believe it can happen, because if we have a thought, it can happen. If we have a desire, it can happen. It's allowing ourselves to continue to foster it, to nourish it, to visualize it, to embody it. Embodiment is really my word. I have a Facebook group, entitled "Embody Your Deepest Desires," and much of my poetry is about embodiment. It's like when I have an idea or I have a thought and I allow it to simmer and I allow myself to believe that that can happen. And then I just, let it go into the universe. I surrender it to some extent. And then I just, wait, or waiting is not the right word, allow and integrate that thought into my being, so that then it will manifest, and whatever time, in divine timing. And I feel like that has been a huge process. It's easy to explain, but has been a long process to fully surrender, to my divinity, to surrender to my dreams, allowing myself to believe that it can happen, having the confidence that it can happen. Um, I'm just reading A Heroine's Journey by Maureen Murdoch. I highly recommend it for any woman and man, or any gender you identify yourself with. It really talks about the heroine's journey in like antithesis to Joseph Campbell's The Hero's Journey. So I'm actually kind of reading them in tandem. Right now, Maureen's book is winning, so, but I just started it. So I really want to see how they differ. Where do I, what can I relate to from both of them? She talks, not just about the daughter, with her mother, and then the mother with the daughter, but also the daughter with the father. How our relationship with our parents have totally affected our lives, our ways of thinking, the patriarchal paradigm. As you know, I'm writing an anthology with 10 other people, focusing on that specific topic. So it's very pertinent to me at this moment, and I feel like it really helps us to understand ourselves better, because really my journey is an inner journey of how can I understand myself better, so that I can show up for myself better and show up in my relationships in wholeness. It's a path to wholeness. That's really and I'll put a link to her book in details, as well as Joseph Campbell's book, for those of you who have not ever read it, so that it's a balanced approach. And it's really important, because here we are talking about inner union. So how can we really see things in a balanced way, where we're not just taking one side? Because it's easy to take just, or at least for me, it was more prevalent for me to take one side and like bash another side. But it's not about condemning. It's not about saying one is better than another. It just is. Like nature just is. Abundance, bliss, consciousness just is. It's a matter of believing that that is your reality. It's a matter of believing that you deserve everything that you desire, and beginning to embody it and feel it. I wrote a poem about this full moon, and I think that this full moon really is inviting us into this, this limitlessness, and it's been like building up over time. And if you've been following my podcast, I've been talking about some of these recurring themes, and I feel like the themes that I'm going to be continuing to focus on are bliss consciousness and inner union, because I feel like anything that you are desiring outside of yourself begins first within. One, the manifestation and the visualization, but number two is the true alignment and security and safety that you have both within your body and within your emotional and mental landscapes. And until we reach that point, it's very difficult for anything that we're desiring to fully manifest. I mean, it can, it will, because you desire it. It's inevitable. That's number one. It's inevitable. It's coming to you. There's nothing to worry about. It's already here. In many cases, energetically, it's here. It's even physically, it's probably already here. But it's allowing ourselves to fully open our hearts to that, and also to be balanced in what we're doing. We might have many projects, like I have many projects that are always like simultaneously running, and then to also just focus on like what is really turning me on, like what can I give my full focus to and see it through and dedicate myself to, as well as love my partner, love my animals, love my children, love my friends, and continuing to also nurture myself. Loving myself is the first priority. Joy is my first priority. And if I'm not in a state of joy, I go back and I rethink what is happening to me. What is chipping away at my joy? Is it my worry? Is it my lingering scarcity consciousness? What is it? And how can I shift it? And I feel that first, that awareness of what is not working, whether you're having some health issues, or you're having some thoughts about yourself that keep rolling in your mind, like, or a feeling deep inside you that something's not right. Like, what is it? And where do you find solace? For me, it's the woods, or it's just looking at the trees, or staring at the sky, or just being alone in my room, reading. These are some of the things: taking a bath, taking a shower, walking in the night, just staring at the moon. Literally, is my way of just finding peace, in that full emptiness, or just meditating. In all of these things, I'm meditating. I'm just like totally quiet, and I'm allowing the words to come in, or just myself to feel whatever I'm feeling, allowing the moonlight to bathe me, allowing just myself to sit in the night with the stars around. These things really help me to connect back into myself. So I am inviting you into that space. I'm recording on a different platform today, so I would love to know if this is a little bit better. I know my voice gets a little bit low. It's just the way I normally talk. So I would recommend sending me some feedback. I always want to see how we can make this better. I did write a poem about the moon, and actually this one is in Instagram. So if you're not following me, you can follow me on Instagram. So I didn't title it, so it's untitled. Majestic and regal, she rules the night sky, illuminating the dark forest path, enabling civilizations to develop counting systems in all her forms, teaching us the truth through the tides, the emotional landscape within, welcoming a new era of bliss, acceptance, forgiveness, and wholeness. Release this full moon and allow your burgeoning dreams to ground. Write all your limited beliefs down and safely dispose of it. The old cycle is over. Welcome in the new by loving the wondrous being that you are. So I hope you liked that poem. I was totally like inspired by seeing this illuminating orb in front of me when I was walking with my dog yesterday, and I just like, put it down. And I was just like, wow, just like, wow. Like every time there's a full moon, I'm like, wow. I just totally love the moon. Um, and I feel like it was never really a part of my life. I was, even though many, religions follow the lunar cycle, and I was aware of it. I never really took it in until these last few years as I really stepped into the path of the priestess, the role of the priestess, of the teachings of the priestess, and following other priestesses in the path of the divine feminine. And I feel so blessed to have been on this path with so many beautiful souls, and also to embody it. It just feels very, very nurturing. And I also wrote something else this morning that I wanted to share. Awakening and walking in the cool morning air, feeling the dew on my skin. Desolate and quiet are the streets. Strollers alone on the road. A renewed spirit has stirred. As I look at the clouds filled with water molecules, heavy and gray. The turquoise blue only noticeable in spots. My eyes heavy and groggy with sleep reminded me to rest and dream. My next chapter into existence, relishing the joy of co-creation. So I'm also encouraging you to, if you're a writer, or even if you aren't, to record or write down your thoughts like early in the morning. Even if you're tired, um, you are connecting into your intuition. And that is also something else I'm going to be including more of in these podcasts, because really that has been my path, is to truly trust my intuition. How do we step into bliss consciousness and inner union? By trusting all the messages that we are feeling, not just with our five senses, but into the psychic realm, and to really connect and strengthen the clair, sentient, audient, voyance, whatever you have, whatever abilities you have, is to believe in them, to trust them, to connect to them when you have questions, to feel it in your body. When I had the podcast about body wisdom, we go back to all of those tools to help you each and every moment. Because every moment you have a choice, again, to step into joy and pleasure. And the more that you're aware and you're accepting and honest with yourself at whatever emotion you're feeling, or whatever belief or thought that you have, wherever it is on the spectrum, then you can begin to know yourself more deeply, as well as really, turn around or flip any thought so that it can become more joyful. Because I feel like the more joyful we are, the more confident we become, and the more limitless we are, and we step into that inner union. So is it, what is your desire? Is it your desire to be balanced? Is it your desire to be in alignment? Is it your desire to have inner peace? Because when you have those things, then you reflect that and you embody it in your presence. And then your reality begins to reflect that. That's how powerful we are in the tapestry of life. That's why we're here on this earth, to live our deepest soul's desires. And and bliss consciousness is not about just your consciousness; it's the consciousness of the planet. It's the awakening transformation. For me, means that we can have whatever we desire, and we can live, again, in full harmony with others, where we're not fighting anymore, because there's really no need to fight. There's no need for us to convince anybody about our point of view. It just is. And I feel like that acceptance, that full, ability to see and hear another, and to be able to even disagree in love, is it's challenging to do, but it's so rewarding. And it's also within ourselves. We may not agree with something that that we feel. We might be like, oh, I shouldn't be feeling this way, right? I say that all the time. I shouldn't be angry at blah blah. I should be, and why should I have to, have that validation? Why do I need to have a specific emotion? Why am I trying to control myself? Instead of, the thought pattern can be, I'm having this emotion. Why am I having it? What's coming up for me? At least these are the questions I ask myself. What's coming up for me? How can I resolve this feeling? Or sometimes I just go out and walk or move my body or, put some music on, to just be with whatever I am. I don't run from it. I'm just kind of being with it in a way that makes me, you know, honest with it. So do what makes you feel good, and, you know, I'm inviting you not to run from your feelings because we've been running and suppressing our emotions for so long. It's making us sick. It's making us feel bad about ourselves. It's holding us back from our true mission and purpose in life, holding us back from speaking our truth. And I wanted to do as well some more quantum healing in this to really invite in inner union. And it'll be short. I just give you some snippets, and any of you who are interested in more healing, definitely connect with me. You can send me a message at gilanehemia.com or go to my website. I haven't posted my quantum healing sessions, so if you're interested, let me know. That will be coming soon on my website, so feel free to let me know. So I'd like you to just close your eyes for a moment, and we'll take, again, 3 deep breaths. Please be in a relaxed position, either lying down or sitting up with your feet on the floor. And you're not driving, you're in a quiet space. And you are just connected to yourself. Calling in Holy Mother, Holy Father to open up the root chakra and the solar plexus, to collapse out any feelings of feeling unsafe, and to really step in with full confidence, releasing any archetypes of desiring to be not seen, the fear of not being seen, releasing the archetypes of unworthiness, of fear of our own power, and stepping into the God or goddess of divinity that you are. Please listen to these tones that are coming through. Opening up your voice straight from your diaphragm. If you are feeling called to sing or share a tone, please do. That also activates within, opening up the silence, listening to your own voice. Very powerful. Inviting you to connect into Holy Mother's presence and opening up the earth to envelop you and to hold you in Mother Gaia. Feel her hugs, feel her love in all of your 13 chakras. Allow it to vibrate and resonate with the frequency of bliss, of alignment, of inner union. Feel your inner power, the tigress or tiger within you, allowing yourself to pounce, to embrace opportunities, sensuality of your sacral chakra, and the creative life force energy burgeoning forth. You are all that you are desiring. Breathe in the love. Feel the light from deep inside the earth coming into your earth star chakra, from the soles of your feet up to your calves, the back of your thighs, to your butt, to your lower spine, all the way up your vertebrae, to the back of your neck, your shoulders, the back of your head, the top of your head, your crown. Allow this gold protection around you. You are safe to be you. It is safe now to align. You deserve all that you're desiring. Receive the gold particles that are touching your body and really enveloping all of you, clearing out any of the dark spaces that you've been secretly hiding, allowing it to be illuminated by the gold light and allowing it to be loved and cherished as you step into your wholeness. Take a deep breath into wholeness. I'll be silent for 1 minute as you integrate this. As we come back, allow yourself to feel yourself back in your room, back in your house. You may want to move your fingers and toes just to connect back into who you are, and slowly open your eyes. And I wanted to just share, never underestimate the power of silence. Silence, I feel, is very, very powerful. And I have been including them more and more in my podcast, because as powerful as the voice is, so is the power of silence. And that balance, again, stepping into the balance of voicing and quieting in whatever balanced way that is for you, and never having the fear of one or the other, sets you more on this, opening of pure alignment. So I am so glad that you listened today. Sending you so much love on this full moon in Aquarius, opening up to all that you are desiring and letting go of your limited beliefs If you are feeling called to connect with me, please do go to my website at gilanehemia.com and schedule a 15-minute chat with me. I have both group and personal mentoring programs, and many of them include writing, meditation, and quantum healing, like you're experiencing now. So if you feel like this has been resonating and helping you, let's dive deeper. Schedule that chat today. And I'm inviting you to do something new with this moon cycle as we move into this full moon energy, and we're beginning to go into the new moon. But for right now, if something is resonating with you, take that opportunity. Step into it, because as you step into it, you're embodying your authentic self and listening to your intuition. Thank you so much for listening. Um, I am so glad to be on this journey with you, and I love you so, so much. Namaste, Om Shanti, Shalom.